Hey everyone, welcome to Jason Explains Things. If you're new to my channel, I do videos on all sorts of different subjects. Today's video is going to be all about classic Honda motorcycles, specifically this 1969 Honda SL90. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on notifications because you're not going to want to miss other videos just like it. A few months ago, I did a video introducing this bike to you all where we kind of, the bike did not run, but we were able to test compression and find out that it had compression, although it was low compression. We cleaned the carburetor, we messed with a few things, and we got it to start for the first time in a very, very long time, which was really, really cool. Idle! It's idling! That little bit of confidence is all I needed to kind of get excited and encouraged to do a full restoration on this bike to fix every issue it has and get it back on the road and the trail. So strap in, strap in, get ready, grab a snack because this is probably going to be a long one. We are going to fix every issue that this bike has, and because it's going to be a long one, I will have chapters down below so you can jump between subjects. I've been a busy bee collecting parts and supplies for this restoration. It's all on that table back there, so let me show you what I got. So if you're a dorky dad such as myself, probably nothing in the world fills your heart with more joy than a table full of parts. It's pretty cool, right? Anyway, we'll start with the stuff on the left here. So we have two new dual sport tires. We got two new tubes as well because these are not tubeless. They rock tubes because it's old school. We got some paint because we're going to be doing some touch-up painting on the frame. Also, really quick, I'll talk about paint for a second. In the last video, I said I was going to repaint the bike. I had several people, I think 3 different people, reach out to me and say, including friends of mine, say, Jason, don't repaint it. Look, it's cool that it's yellow. And I'm like, but it's not the original color. But the thing about it though is that it's not the original color, but it's still a Honda color. So whoever, because this paint color is the exact same on the CT90, which has never been repainted. So that makes it cool. And even though it's not my favorite color, and it looks kind of like, I don't know, it looks like churned butter or something, but it's still cool. So anyway, moving on. We have oil. We have fork boots. What do you think is the most expensive thing on this table? You're wrong. It is the license plate. So this came with a bill of sale, service records and everything, but the original owner, an older gentleman, lost the title. So I had to fill out lost title forms and everything. I had to go get this bike inspected by the Washington State Patrol and a bunch of stuff, and it took months. It took, especially with COVID and everything, it took like 2 months to get it registered, but I was finally able to do that. After that, we have fork oil. I have no idea if the fork oil has ever been changed on this bike, so we're gonna be doing that too. Since we're taking it off anyway to do the fork boots and everything, might as well swap out the fork oil as well. We also have a complete gasket kit from CMS, which is an awesome website, by the way, for finding parts for these old bikes. So the reason for the full gasket kit for the engine is because we're going to be doing a top-end rebuild and a big bore kit. I can't wait to show you the big bore kit. 54 millimeter oversized piston. Look at that. It's adorable. But I mean, it actually is going to, even though this is ridiculous and adorable and tiny, we are going to be upping the displacement from 89 cc's to, I believe, 104. So this is going to be an SL104. We've got new front and rear brakes. We have a new petcot, and we've got some foam for the air filter. The hardest part to get from the table, not the most expensive, but the hardest part to get is this right here, this original Honda switch, ignition switch. This came from Taiwan. It took a long time to get here. I think, again, about 2 months, but we have an original ignition switch, so that's really cool. So definitely important, since I'm going to be making a video about this, and I'm sure every time I say anything remotely wrong, someone's going to tell me that I'm wrong, is we have 3 different shop manuals. So this one from Climber, it covers like all of these old bikes, like my Z50, the Z50R, CT90, SL90, still in publication and readily available. So I'll probably actually link to one of these in the description for you. Good eBay finds that I found is we got the original owner's manual. I found this, and that's really cool to have. Now, one of the coolest things, though, that I found on eBay is this original shop manual. Unfortunately, it is not complete. It has some chapters missing, but this thing is beautiful. And the information in here is amazing. We have graphs, all sorts of stuff. So, you know, this information is not readily available and goes more in depth than any of the other books I have. So even though this isn't complete, I'm really happy to have it, and it will definitely come in handy in this project, I'm sure. Now, there's a snowstorm raging outside, but you know, spring is still actually incredibly close. So I need to get started on this project right now. So let's tear into the SL90. I think we're gonna start with taking the engine out. All right, guys, come along with me. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So to remove the engine, we're going to be disconnecting the clutch cable, and then we've got hardware kind of all around. It's actually more bolts to remove this than a Volkswagen air-cooled engine. But we got 2 up top, we got 1 in the back. I see 4 down below, and there's probably some more hiding. So let's take this off. Oh. Well, that was easy and enjoyable. I mean, these bikes, these old Hondas are so well engineered and built. They're engineered to be, of course, really reliable, but also just easy to fix. I mean, as I'm taking it apart, I'm like, man, this is so much better than anything new. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start our top end rebuild, essentially the disassembly portion of it. So the top end rebuild, again, is everything here on up. We got our head, we got our cylinder jug, piston rings inside of there. So we're gonna take the head off, take the valves apart, everything like that, take the timing chain out. Then once we have our cylinder jug free, we can take this to a machine shop to get it bored out for our new 54mm piston. And then after that, I will switch on. As I wait to get to the machine shop, I can start working on the brakes, tires, touch-up painting, all the other stuff on the main body of the motorcycle here. So before we do anything else, we want to have the exterior of our engine and the frame of the bike all spick and span and clean. It's just so much better to work on clean stuff than dirty stuff, speaking from experience. So that's the next step. This is just fun. It's a great way to spend a Saturday. Well, I have been busy off camera cleaning the engine and also the rest of the bike, just getting it nice and clean as I work on it. It's just so much better to work on clean stuff than dirty stuff. This is looking great, definitely good to go. So next thing we're gonna do is we need to remove these 2 covers and keep going. All right. Ooh. Oh, I got it. Always freaks me out. If you don't have the special tool, this small gear puller worked fine. All I did was take this center bolt out and just backed it out a little bit so it was able to pull it out a little bit. So I think that is that. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, we're almost ready to disassemble our camshaft and get the timing chain loose so we can remove the cylinder head and the cylinder. To do that, you want these to be in alignment. So you see the key right here, you want it to be pointing right at your camshaft. So now we just need to loosen these two bolts. You can take that out and keep going. Quick sidebar, I actually messed up what I said earlier a little bit. So you want the key pointing this way, but you also want this key pointing forward as well. So when I did it the first time, I was having issues because this was pointed that way and they were facing each other. But now they're both pointed in the same direction. So let's go ahead and remove our camshaft. And it just comes out easy now. You gotta follow the instructions. All right, you ready? There it goes. There it goes. Boom! Cylinder head. Take our roller out. Sweet. Today we're not working on the motorcycle, we're doing something else. Hi, family! Whoa! Oh, you're backwards! Awesome! Oh no! Whoa! Bye, Marley. Hey, Ripley, go, go, go! I am the dreaded Snowbeard. Ah! Ah! Hey, you made it to the parking lot. Good job. Well, a lot of progress has been made on the SL90 project. We got the engine all disassembled here on the bench. I've already dropped off the cylinder to get bored out at a local Honda shop. You can see the original piston has a lot of carbon buildup. I think, honestly, the issues with compression were related to carbon buildup. At least that's my not really that educated guess. But there was a lot of carbon buildup here, which you can still see, and on the cylinder head. So I'm waiting for some tools to do that, but we can get these wheels off. We can replace the brake shoes. We can start working on the front forks. So there is still a lot of work that we can get done while we wait for parts to show up and tools. So let's get going with, let's take off the back wheel first and move on from there. got something in my eye, but I'm gonna keep talking. Well, we got the front and rear wheels off of the bike. So let's go over the condition of our brakes. So first starting with the rear brake, which has always worked fine since I got the bike. We got the original brake shoes. You can see the Honda logo on there, which is really cool. And these have plenty of meat. So the rear wheel inside the drum and everything looks good. But yeah, rear brakes looking good. I'll just clean this up and reuse it. I did buy shoes for the back and the front, but I'll just save them because these ones are in perfect condition. So that's the back. The front, as I said before, my front brakes were not working. I thought that was because my brake shoes were worn out. So looking at the drum right there, you can actually see that there's a special gear for the speedometer, and it has a corresponding gear where the speedometer cable meets right inside there, and that requires lubricant. But the part that obviously you don't want to have lubricant is your brake shoes, right? Because that makes your brakes not work. And so I quickly realized, I open this up and I go, oh no. That's why. And the culprit is not the brake shoes that failed, although they are failed now that they're coated in oil, is that we have this oil seal right here, this front wheel oil seal. That rubber piece has worn out and is causing this leak. So that little part is not easy to find and not very common here in the United States, so I have to order that from Europe, which is fine. It's not expensive. Shipping is expensive. The part's really cheap, but the shipping is like 30 pounds, so whatever that is in dollars, a lot, more than 30.
I think I got it, guys. Yeah! Woo!
Tonight's fun has been mounting tires. Mount to the front, mount to the back. I didn't shoot a lot of video, but I did shoot a little bit. I also have some footage of me mounting tires on my mini bike in the past that is pretty humorous. Hey everybody, Future Jason here. I really wanted to get this whole project for the SL90 done in one long video, but that is just not realistic. First off, it would probably be an hour long. Second, it would take me, since this is my side gig, for sure, probably a good month to make an hour-long video for you that's you know, edited well and awesome to watch and everything like that. My goal is that you're not gonna have to wait too long to get another installment in this project and the conclusion. I mean, I envision it right now where I'm like, I'm riding this motorcycle in the countryside and I look really cool and it's a drone shot with wind and clouds and mountains and such. That's what's gonna happen. So if you want to see that, and I sure do, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. And while you wait, which again, that wait is gonna be short, there's gonna be lots of other cool videos coming up too that some I've already actually shot. I just need to edit them. We got another Overland DIY video, which is my friend Chris's truck, which is really, really cool and has some adventure stuff in it too. And I have an announcement going along with that kind of side of the channel. There might be some really cool stuff coming up that I'm really excited to share with you. We got lawn care stuff coming up too. So lots of stuff here on Jason Explains Things. And again, last thing I want to say, I really appreciate you all, my little audience being patient with me. I love making these videos, but again, it is difficult. It does take time. Again, thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. And until next time, don't forget to do it yourself. All right, bye. Teaser. Getting together.